This Lyft driver denied me service, BC of my size.
I can fit in this car.
Well, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can. So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car? So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I gotta order another Lyft?
A Detroit woman turned down from a Lyft driver due to her weight. She's now suing the company, accusing it of discrimination.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car. The same, under the law, it's the same.
That they had enough to file suit. They have filed that lawsuit, and Lyft has been served, but we will see what happens.
What a fat world we live in. There are plenty of issues with ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft. They may be useful because you can literally call for a car anywhere in a city or town, but there are rare cases where the driver you get could be an absolute asshole, made only worse by the arrogance where they can treat you like an employee and just ditch you. Now, I do get that there are times where they're on the right, but you have to remember that these are regular people, and regular people can make retarded mistakes. And that's the best way I would describe the situation, where a pretty large woman, okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, was denied a ride that she ordered from the app, Lyft, because of her weight. Now let me play the inciting video real quick, because not only is it pretty funny, but there are some points here that made me believe that it was a dumb interaction, which is important when we get to the litigation stage of this whole story. So as you can tell, the caption says right here, this Lyft driver denied me service because of my size, and the audio voice they have is so annoying. And I believe it was first posted on TikTok or Instagram, but now it's deleted. We'll get to that later. And it's one of those videos where, like, you know, you might think it's a bit of an exaggeration, but no, you're like, the guy literally says in the video the same reason, that he's too fat for his car.
This Lyft driver denied me service, BC of my size.
What you saying?
Yeah, I got no space at home. My car is small.
I can fit in this car.
Well, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
What I'm gonna do about my money?
I'm gonna cancel it. You're not gonna be charged.
So you telling me
Now this was a bizarre thing, alright? So he did, you know, rightfully shut down the ride, you know, cancel it and give a refund. That's fine. But he made himself more retarded by not giving it a go. Like, you know, at least like open the door and seeing like, is she gonna fit? Like, you know, moving the seat forward if he sits in the back, that would've been fine. If they tried that, you know, it was very clear, like, you know, her love handle or whatever here, you know, blocked it, the door, that'd be fine. But he never tried that. And that was the point that made it look like he was really discriminating against her.
get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What makes you think I can't fit in the car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small.
But was he trying to like drive away? It looked like he was moving for a bit. What the?
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I gotta order another Lyft?
To be more specific with you, I got very tired tires.
There he goes, the bad tires. Now let me be honest, this point would make sense, except it wouldn't, because like his job, his entire career, not career, but like, you know, he has to maintain his tires for his job, and if he fucks that up, then, you know, that's on his fault, less so than the customer that ordered this ride. Because if it was anybody else and they got into your car and it was a crash because the tires burst or they break, whatever, I don't know what would happen if they're bad quality, then yeah, there'll be more on him. It might be, you know, fueled, or like her way might be a catalyst for this, but yeah, you know, if it really does claim that his tires are bad and, you know, the car crashes, that'll be his fault 100%. Even though, I mean, let's be honest, that reason of bad tires was the excuse, you know, for him just not wanting her to get in his car.
How you know I don't have no space?
Yeah, I got no space in the back.
How do you know I don't have no space?
Again, like, just moving the passenger seat forward would help us a lot. Like, there would be so much room. I mean, like, you know, her bumps, you know, protruding out might be big, but, you know, I have to believe this car, no matter how small it is, you know, would have some room.
No, I don't never have to order an Uber XL.
You know, I'm really sorry.
What's your name?
Abraham Travis.
Okay.
Oh, he gave his name in the video. My God, but yeah, there we go. That's the end of it. And I will say, initially, I was being like more like, you know, at least being polite, giving a potentially decent reason. But then I realized, wait a second, every car that you see nowadays can hold up to like 5 people. I'm looking at her now, she's probably at best like 2 people. Her getting into the car might make, like skew a bit if she's just to the left or right, whatever, but she wouldn't fuck up a car, that's designed for multiple people. It should be fine. Like, it's not gonna, like capsize, at like a sharp left turn. I promise you it wouldn't. And also, you have to remember, a woman like her living in a city could not get around if she was, so fat she couldn't fit into a car. My point being that she would be thin enough to get into a car, because otherwise, how the fuck would she get anywhere at all? So yeah, that video was back on the January of 18th, and now fast forward, and she's actually pressing charges against Lyft, and her name is Dajua Blanding. Also, she's a rapper going by the name of Dank Demos. Very bizarre name. And also, everywhere I see on headlines, the stories referenced as Detroit rapper sues Lyft. Even in reality, that makes no sense, because in the video, the guy says very clearly her weight is the contributing factor, and not her career as a shitty rapper, whatever. And also, apparently from what I read, she weighs around 220 kilograms, or nearly 500 pounds. That's a lot, right? But again, like I said, at best, that's maybe like, two somewhat bulky people. Not enough to, being like, if it was like a ton, like that would probably outweigh the car. But clearly, that's not the case here. Should be an exception, but yeah, the car would be just fine with her inside it. But yeah, as I was saying, she now has 2 lawyers with her, or more, I don't know, and she's pressing charges of discrimination, which I think is appropriate. But the example that the guy gave in the video I'm going to show, it feels, a bit of like a different case. Because he says, this would be no different if they were denied because of the race, the religion, the ethnicity, all that stuff.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
However, in this case, even though I agree with that, it might be a bit more different, because one very common reason why drivers, like for Lyft or Uber, deny a ride is if the person, poses some physical threat. Like if they're drunk, they're aggressive, all that stuff, then, they can just kick them out and cancel the ride. And even if they're not aggressive, there's other stuff. Like, for example, if a homeless guy somehow got a ride and the guy came up there and he smelled like piss and shit, that would be also potentially a good reason to cancel him. Because if he got in the car, that would ruin, the whole interior smelling putrid. But again, like I said before, the guy not even giving an attempt to let her in was already bad enough. So, I think discrimination was the right charge. I think, but the way they have to word it in the claim or the papers might have to be different. Because even doctors would have to be like, she's pretty obese. It might affect the car if she gets into it. That's it. But even with a small alteration, that'll probably be enough to make her have a winning lawsuit, which I believe, is a good thing. Because in this case, yeah, I have to admit, she was a victim very clearly, having, being fucked over from the ride and being embarrassed by it. And speaking about victory, I will say right now, since she will win, unless the driver comes forward and clarifies other motives for why he denied her, I don't think, anything will stop her from winning. I mean, I said, a good charge, and, she has evidence right then and there that was posted on Instagram or TikTok or wherever. And although Lyft hasn't made a statement just yet, I mean, they gave the same policy, oh, we don't accept this at all in our policy, no. I do feel like it's likely that they will be willing to cooperate, because otherwise, if they beat her and give her nothing, no compensation, my god, would that look bad on them. Because if I could pull up the comments from the video, I'm sure you'd be full of people being like, oh my god, what a piece of shit, you're a queen, you deserve more. So the only best way for Lyft to come out of this looking good would be, like I said, cooperating and maybe giving her a bit of money. That's it, I'm not sure. I mean, I was considering, could they fire the driver? Potentially, because I think it's pretty dumb for a company to pay for a lawsuit or pay for some actions made by a one single driver, and that's it. Who even then made an action that went against the policies. So yeah, in closing, I'm gonna be honest. This was pretty funny. I'm sorry for the lady herself. I'm sure this was embarrassing, but mother of God, is she gonna get a good piece of money from all of this? Right now, for the foreseeable future, I don't see any road bumps for her in this legal case that would make her lose, not win. Like I said previously, I'm not sure who's gonna have to pay for this, if some action will be taken against the driver, but I really do believe that Lyft will be willing to cooperate, since with stuff like this, it becomes a PR case at this point, because I can see right now, if they contest it and beat her and give her nothing, like I said, then people are gonna label Lyft as the app against fat people. And honestly, at this stage, yeah, they definitely don't need that at all. I mean, even living here in the UK, I'm gonna be honest, I have never seen Lyft, be brought up as commonly as Uber or any other fucking app. Again, I don't believe they have fat phobia built into their policies, and they might even fire the driver, like I said, because of this. But this was a pretty dumb and funny situation that we're seeing now become a lawsuit, which, to be entirely honest, is one of the most bizarre lawsuits I've seen in quite a while.